So we thought we'd do something a little bit different today. We're a few videos in and we realised that we haven't really introduced ourselves.
So we thought today it's going to be a good day to introduce us a bit.
We do have some ulterior motives. We've just come back from Brighton. That was a pretty epic video. Check that one out. I got sick, so...
Yeah, I think it was just a bit too much. Like also, I think the weather was quite windy, so it was a bit different than just to walk around in London.
Yeah, I got a bit unwell, and so we decided we were going to do a little bit more of a chilled one for you, and also just for you guys to kind of get a bit of a context of who we are as a couple as well. Now, you may have heard us mention that Nate is from Switzerland, and you may be wondering, how does that work? Why is he here? How has that worked as our relationship? Because Nate has only just moved to London last December, so it's been...
Yeah, it's almost like a year now.
Yeah, almost a year.
Almost a year. Like the difference is, there's quite a few different things between like the UK and Switzerland. Like obviously the people are here a bit different, and also like food-wise a bit different. Certain rules are a bit different. I do like the UK, so that's why I'm here. So
so for some context for you guys, we're just going to take it back. So if you don't know much about us, we were originally in a long-distance relationship.
Yeah.
So we were together before you moved over to the UK for doing long distance for about 5.5 years.
Yeah.
So it was a long time.
Yeah, it's been a real long time.
We spent a lot of time flying back and forth. We weren't expecting this really, were we? We met and we kept meeting after that.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of time over in Zurich. You came over to London quite a lot. Then the pandemic hit.
Yeah, that's when actually makes like us realize that we should make a step to get a bit closer, because we don't really know how it's gonna end with the pandemic. So
yeah, I mean, when they announced lockdown in the UK originally, Nate actually had a ticket to come over to London that March, and we had to make the difficult decision, didn't we, for you to not fly over.
Yeah.
Because we weren't really sure what was going to happen in regards to maybe border closures, whether you'd be able to get home safely, and also just generally we wanted everyone to be safe as well. Like, didn't want you to fly and then find yourself getting sick or, you know, anything like that. So we then spent about, God, was it like 9 months apart?
Almost there.
Yeah.
Almost 9 months.
9 months. So that was really tough, because it was the longest amount of time we had been apart from each other. Like generally when we were flying back and forth, I think it was like we'd see each other maybe every month, maybe every other month.
Yeah.
So we'd have like a gap of maybe 4 to 8 weeks between each time that we saw each other, but this particular instance
it was a really hard time, because obviously you don't know when you're gonna see your partner again, or is it gonna be like the next 2 years you're not gonna see your partner again. So it's quite hard, but at the end we fight it through, and now I'm here. So.
Yeah, we had also the Brexit deadline.
Yeah.
So we had to make that. Yeah, we had to make that choice really quickly. I think it was August. We had sort of discussed. Nate managed to come over when the restrictions had been eased a bit. In August of 2020, was it 2020? Yeah, August 2020. We then sort of said, maybe it's better if you come over to the UK. And so it was a bit of a mad rush. You had to prepare everything.
Yeah, I had to prepare everything, like all the paperwork and stuff. It was a lot. It was really stressful, and
managed it though.
Yeah, we managed it.
He had to apply for a pre-settled status, which meant that he had to be here before December 31st, and he had to prove that he entered the UK before December 31st. So we literally made it to the deadline. You came over the 8th of December.
Yeah.
We kept all the paperwork, we kept his flight tickets, we had to open a bank account for him, we had to get phone contract as well. We kept all that paperwork. He had until he had until July the next year to actually apply, but we got that done pretty quickly, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because there was a bit of a backlog apparently due to COVID.
Yeah.
We got the pre-settled status, everything that we needed to prepare for it, and then submitted it, and it wasn't until March
it took a bit
of this year that he got confirmed that he had pre-settled status, which meant that he had it meant that he has 5 years in the UK, and then after 5 years of being in the UK you can then apply again for settled status, which I think is a further 5 years.
So actually I'm illegal here.
You're not illegal. He's legally here. You've got pre-settled status. What are you talking about? It means that he can live and work legally in the UK under the government settlement scheme, and it means that after 5 years he can apply for settled status again, and then eventually if he wanted to he could apply for British citizenship. And the process was pretty easy really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was pretty simple. Just had to send in a few documents online. That was it. We had to wait, and it was a bit of a nervous wait, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit, because you don't know if they're gonna accept it or not, or if there's gonna be like more paperwork and stuff. So it
was a bit new for both of us really, because I had never really done anything like that before. The only thing that I had done before was getting a working visa for Australia, and again that was much simpler I think than the EU settled scheme. For you it was pretty simple and straightforward in the end.
I think it's just because I'm from Switzerland, so it does make it a bit easier.
So yeah, I mean it's been now 10 months.
Just 10 months?
Yeah, 10 months he's been here.
I think the first time we actually realized that I'm not gonna have to fly back, which was really, really nice, because now we can do all this stuff and all these things that we always talked about on the phone, we can do like now in real life. So.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forthing of planning over the 5.5 years we were thinking about me going over there originally. The only issue is that I don't speak German fluently, so I speak a bit of German, but I don't think it would have been enough for me to I'd have to find like an English speaking job.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, you know a few words. So.
Yeah, I mean I can read and speak a bit of German. I don't think it would have been enough. It's enough for me to kind of navigate my way around Zurich in Switzerland, but it wasn't.
You can say something.
No, I don't. I don't want to do that. So yeah, it made more sense for Nate to come over to the UK.
Yeah.
Just because his English is a whole lot better than my German. So
I think so. I hope so. I mean,
it definitely. Yeah, it definitely
somehow.
is.
And if we don't understand each other, just write in a comment or something like that. Yeah.
I always have to remind him that his English is much better than my German.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the reason and the decisions as to why we decided for you to come here, really. Plus, you like the UK.
Yeah.
So
we've both been like, no risk, no fun, kind of like that. So, we both just thought we just have to risk it and just see how it goes, and it goes really well with us. And
I think we've been more fortunate than other people in long distance relationships, especially during this time. We both have family and friends abroad, especially during these weird times, especially during this pandemic, where my mum's from the Philippines and she hasn't been able to see her family over in the Philippines for a long time. And it's the same for couples who are apart at this point. We were very close in terms of you know, geographically we're not that far from each other. The flight is only an hour and 45 minutes, an hour and a half. So really we were quite lucky, but I think, you know, being apart for so long during this particular situation is that we realised that it wasn't just distance that could easily keep us apart.
Yeah.
No one expected what was going to happen at the beginning of 2020, and so I think after that we just decided that we weren't going to allow for anything to kind of keep us apart at this point. I think that's the basis of a long distance relationship. I think that I give kudos to a lot of you guys that are out there that are doing this as well. You know, it can be expensive, it can be difficult to be apart, especially if there's stuff going on.
Planning.
Yeah, having to kind of plan your life around it, you know, taking time off of work, and you know, sometimes we've had to miss big things like each other's birthday. You know, when times are a bit tough, you want to come home to your partner and, you know, be with them. And there's been times when we've definitely needed each other and we haven't been able to be there in person with each other.
Yeah, it was quite hard because you can't really physically be for each other there. So it's always like communication. Quite hard.
You've had to, it is based on communication, you know, mainly. A lot of people ask us when they find out, how does that work? You know, they want to know all the ins and outs of how it works, how we manage to stay together.
Well, I think because of the pandemic, a lot of people can relate a bit more, like to this long distance relationship. Because a lot of people, when they ask me, how could you do that? Like, you know, about like trusting, you know, your partner and stuff like that. And I just think like now, because of the pandemic, a lot of people
are separated.
Yeah, separated, and I think they can relate a bit better. Yeah,
I think when we sort of said to people, well, we keep in touch via FaceTime, and then the beauty is that we're living in a very advanced technological, you know, time. You know, had this been maybe 10 years earlier, it may have been a lot more difficult, but with things like video calls and, you know, Zoom calls and stuff like that, I think a lot of people now very much understand how difficult it is to be away from your loved ones. We've all been there in the last, you know, almost 2 years of this. So now I have people go, oh God, yeah, like I was away from my nan, I was away from my friends or my partner for a long time because of lockdown. So I totally respect the fact that you guys had to do that for so long. It doesn't seem so unusual anymore. You know, on Instagram and stuff, on my own personal Instagram, I've had people reach out to me who are in long distance relationships and asked for advice. Sort of said, I'm in the same position, I'm rooting for you guys because I know how that feels and stuff like that. And we do live in a time where love doesn't really know, distance doesn't factor into it these days.
Yeah, especially like with all the social media that we have now.
Yeah, social media very much has kept people meeting you know, all over the world. Yeah, it's incredible. You know, I think a lot more people are doing it and a lot more people understand it. Before, I think people would look at it as being a bit crazy. But now people are like, yeah, I get it. And even people closer to home who have been away from loved ones during this time can also totally understand. Yeah, I mean, if anything, the pandemic's brought us closer rather than apart. So it kicked us up the butt.
Yeah, made us stronger.
100%.
As a couple.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. You know, I'm rooting for you guys that are still away from each other and haven't quite got to that point where they've closed the distance yet, especially during these times when international travel may be a bit more difficult. You know, we're rooting for you guys. And if any of you guys need any support, if any of you guys stumble across this video and go, oh my god, at least there's people that understand, and yeah, we're together now but we totally get what it's like to be apart, feel free to reach out to us. We're here, as you know, we're open, we're on Instagram, we're, you know, reach out to us in the comment section as well.
Ask anything what you want.
Exactly. So if there's any advice that you want in terms of, you know, long distance relationships, or even if you're thinking about moving over to the UK, if you have any questions about how things are culturally, feel free to let us know. This is another reason why we do this channel. Nate has seen a bit of the UK now, but not, there's still so much more to explore. And I think that's what we wanted to do, was document that.
Yeah.
We wanted to document our travels around the UK, because around London as well, because we're learning more about this city as we do this. And
it's just nice to explore like other country that you've never been before.
Yeah, it's your home now.
Yeah.
So, you know, especially because international travel has been a bit more complicated, it's much easier for us to think about exploring our own backyard, as they say. And so maybe going, I mean, we just come back from Brighton. We've got a few places that we want to go to, you know, hopefully in the next few months. And we're still going to keep going around London, really.
For now.
Yeah, you know, for now. I mean, eventually things will start getting easier, and hopefully we'll be able to kind of go outside of the UK.
Yeah.
But for now, we're exploring right here, you know, and we're having so much fun with it, aren't we? And also,
I think it was a good idea to, you know, to open up this channel.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it so far. I know we're only a few videos in. It's kind of pushed us to really explore this city on a whole. Also, it's just nice to be able to do it with you as well, and go places that I've not necessarily thought to take you in the past. Yeah, I hope that in the future we can keep, you know, these videos up.
Yeah, we will try to keep posting our videos, and we're also happy that you guys are with us and checking out videos. So,
and if there's anything that you guys want to see, whether you quite like this format of a chit chat video as well, like if there's anything that you want us to talk about, whether that's Nate's experiences here in the UK so far and his perspective on how things are, you know, different to Switzerland, or whether you quite like the idea of us talking a little bit more about long distance and how we've managed that in the past and stuff like that, let us know, because we're an open book. Comment down below and let us know, and we're happy to kind of oblige, really. We're still exploring this whole YouTube thing. We are YouTube babies. We're newbies, so we're kind of exploring different mediums and different styles and stuff. So if there's anything that you'd like to see, or even if there's anywhere in London or in the UK that you're like, oh, I really want to see that, let us know. If you're sick of hearing me spout a load of history stuff, let us know. If you like the more vloggy style stuff, you know, we're open to you know, opinions and comments and suggestions.
No risk, no fun.
Exactly. But for now, I hope that you've loved our videos. Thank you for listening to us ramble on for the last, I don't even know how long now.
I don't know.
Maybe 15-20 minutes. Yeah, thank you for watching so far. We've had some awesome comments. We've had people come back to our videos, and it's been really, really nice to see that people have enjoyed them. So yeah.
So we're gonna keep doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we are. We're definitely gonna keep going.
You guys got us.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But we'll be back again next week. Next week, with a new video. We've got it's not going to be a chit chatty one for sure. You're gonna have to tune in next week for that. Definitely. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. But yeah, please do like, subscribe, click the bell for more notifications from us. And thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, we love you.
Peace out.